so we're going to do a new warm-up for you. So this is day 4, and our warm-up for today is actually going to be play. Now, play comes in many forms. The most obvious one that you'll probably be thinking of is play with toy and your dog. But that's not essential. We can play quite a few different ways. Play is just one of them with a toy. So I'm going to show you a couple of different things that you can do for this one. When your dog's doing play with you, they have the chance to not only warm up their bodies, but they're moving in a way that's natural for them. So it means that if they do have a weakness somewhere, or if they do have an area they don't want to tread on, things like that, they can avoid them, and we can obviously see that, and they can be quite naturally warmed up. So it's quite a nice one to do. So I'm going to show you with Merlin first of all. Merlin isn't that big on play, as you can see, with toys, and this is in the mood. So Merlin, I'm going to use food and myself as the interaction. So just to give you a little idea, waggy bottom. Lucky boy, aren't you? You can have that, Rippers Chippers. So we can get them to do things like your twists and spins. Are you ready, Merlin? Are you ready? Are you ready? We can get them to chase after the treat. Can you do pause up? Yeah, what a clever boy. Ready, ready. Where's he gone? You're going to get it. Can you get it? Can you get it? Good boy. And moving it about, we can do touches. If the dog's done touch before. Yes, good boy. Can you touch? Can you touch? Yeah, clever girly. So it doesn't have to just be about manically playing with toys. You can move around with your dogs. Whee! You can use the twists and spins that we sometimes do. There's a good boy. Go around me. Oh, he's such a clever boy. Yes, he is. Where is he? Good boy. So that's one way of playing. It's nice and fun. You can see now how much focus I have even without the food from Merlin, as he shows you the part of the body I wish he'd stop showing you. And he's all ready, and I've got the focus, and we're ready to work, and his body's warmed up. And you can do that in the house, you can do it out in the garden, you can do it on a walk, okay? As well as that, still warm your dogs up. So you can still, take them outside around the garden once first, or take them through the house to go and pick up your toy or treats, and then back to where you're working them. That all goes with the warm up itself. You can do a little bit of this. You could do maybe 10-20 seconds, and then you might want to implement another one of the warm-ups that we're covering, and then do a little bit more play. Absolutely fine to do that. It doesn't have to be 5 minutes of play. In fact, I wouldn't do that because you'll be tired too. But just a small amount, 30 seconds, that is enough play, movement to warm your dogs up. So another way of doing it would be using a toy of some sort. So generally speaking, when we play with a dog and toys, what's this? Can you get it? Woo! We've got Tuggy, okay? But Tuggy's great. I like Tuggy for dogs. It's perfectly natural, perfectly healthy. Doing it like this is the best way to do Tuggy if possible, because I'm not pulling on the neck at all. I'm not straining anything, and I'm getting quite a nice natural warm up. Good girl. Yes, it is. You're such a clever girl. Yes, you are. Good girl. You can have your dog chase it about. You get it? Ready, ready, ready. You get it? Can you get it? Yeah, where's the clever girl? Where's that clever girl? So mimicking what I was doing with the treat just now. Oh, she's so clever. Can you get it? Woo, yes you can. Yes you can. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Yay, what a good girl. You can also do throwing for your dog. Are you ready? You want to play? Are you want to play now? Oh, ready, ready. Go get it. Good boy. Yeah, clever boy. If you want to do it as a fetch, like I've just done there for Merlin, do be aware that we are using it as a warm-up. So the assumption would be, good boy, that they are not warmed up yet. So don't get a ball, go out in the garden and lob it 200 yards for your dogs to run and jump and catch, because that's not warming them up. That's actually more likely to cause a problem than anything else. Come over here, good boy. We're now going to get play again. My fault, cause and play. If you're going to throw something, I would advise, as part of a warm-up, and to be fair, games in general, to keep your dog safe, especially if you've got an older dog or a puppy, that you actually play, and then throw your item quite low. Merlin, do this. So your dogs can run out and get it, pick it up, bring it back, have a little game, whatever they would normally do. And what you're then doing is your dog doesn't have to jump and catch, because if they jump and land on their back legs, really unnatural for them for at any time, let alone during a warm up. We don't want them to do that. We don't want them to try and catch something as they're jumping for it, because depending on what you throw, it could get lodged in the back of the throat. You could actually cause the head to go back quite sharply and hurt their cervical spine and the back here. You know, loads of stuff can happen. They can end up trying to move in several different directions, which again isn't great, especially for a warm-up. So rolling an item or throwing an item low to the ground for your dog to go out and get, if you want to do it as a fetch, that's fine. Or if there's two of you, or if you can you know, leave your dog in a stay perhaps, you can, one of you can move over, good boy, and hide your item somewhere or put it somewhere and then send your dog out. So they're going in a nice straight line. They're not having to suddenly stop to see where the item's coming from. Or if you hide it, they can reach about a little bit looking for it, a bit of search and find. And again, that's quite a nice natural warm-up. So we're using play for today's warm-up. So play with your dogs however they play. Don't have to try and change how they play. If they play with a toy, you can use that. If they don't, you can use food, you can use you. It might be that they like the sound of something. So it could be that you take, you know, a packet of some sort or a plastic bottle that you can squash, and that's what you use instead. Can you touch? Yay, and touch! Yay! And you can use that for play instead, or as well as. Doesn't need to be long, like I say, and it's actually something that you can bring into any parts of your training. A little bit of play here and there, as you can see, gets a nice bit of focus, and it's really nice for bonding for us as well. So get started with that, and then your exercise and your cool down are coming.